Let's talk about writing equations of lines. First, I alluded to this in one of the 3.1 videos. The slope-intercept form of the line, y equals mx plus b, where the slope is m, the coefficient for the x is your slope, and b is your y-intercept. So slope is talking about steepness of the line. Usually we consider it as you go to the right, is to go up, or as you go to the left, is to go down. I mean, that'd be a positive slope. Or if you go to the right and it goes down, or go to the left and it goes up, that'd be a negative slope. But the calculation is that the slope of a line m represents the change in y over the change in x. People talk about deltas like delta y over delta x. It just means change. So given 2 points x1, y1, and x2, y2, the following formula determines the slope of a line containing these points. So our slope m is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So the change in the y over the change in the x. Now it really doesn't matter which one you're going to call the x2, y2, and the x1, y1, as long as you're consistent. So if you start, whatever you start with for the y value on top, start with its ordered pair partner on the bottom. So find the slope of the line that passes through the points. And let me space, there we go. Negative 2, 6, and 1, 4. So if I did 6 minus 4, that's y2 minus y1. I'm calling this my y2. This is my y1. It means this is x2 and this is x1 over negative 2 minus 1. So I get 2 on top, negative 3 down below. Now, what if I instead went the other way? What if I said it was 4 minus 6 over negative 2 minus 1? Oh, I got that backwards. Like, something's confusing me. It'd be 1 minus negative 2. That'd be 2 over negative 2 over positive 3. So you still get the same thing. The negative on top, negative on bottom. It doesn't matter. It's still a negative fraction. So let's have a typo here. Intercept. Okay. For example, to identify the slope and y-intercept of the given equation. So for y equals negative 2x plus 5, the coefficient for x. So if it's solved for y, where it says y equals, the coefficient for x is your slope. So m equals negative 2. And the constant, again, if it's solved for y, where it says y equals, the constant is the y value of the y-intercept. So that's going to be at 0, 5. X is always 0 at the y-intercept, so x is 0 on the y-axis. Now another form of the line, this is going to be really valuable for you if you're going to go on like the calculus especially, you're going to use the point-slope form. And I'll be honest, I fought it for a long time, and now I realize it's really a great and useful tool. So given 1 point, not necessarily the intercept, 1 point and the slope, use the point-slope form. Using the point-slope form will lead to the equation of a line. So y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So this is a number, this is a number, and this is a number. But the y and the x are not numbers. The y1's a number, the x1's a number. So write the equation of the line with slope 4 passing through 2, 5. So it's going to be y minus the 5 value, because this is the y value. Y minus 5 equals 4 times x minus 2. Y minus 5 equals 4x minus 8. If we add 5 to both sides, y equals 4x minus 3. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. Find the equation of the line passing through the points 2, 5, and 0, negative 4. Write the final equation in slope-intercept form. So let's find the slope first. And I'll do 5 minus negative 4 over 2 minus 0. So I get 9 over 2. Now, we can use this 2, 5 and the point slope form to get it, or can recognize this is the y-intercept. So we can save ourselves some time. Right, y equals 9/2 x plus -4, or y equals 9/2 x minus 4. So that's our slope-intercept form. Now, I will introduce the standard form of a line. It's ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c are integers. The problem with this form, there's not just one answer for that. I mean, I've seen it so many times, and the unwritten rule is going to be that like a is positive and a whole number. So that's how I've seen it manifest itself that way. The other unwritten rule, I think they like to have neither a nor b be fractions, but if anything, a is not a fraction, b might be one. But anyway, let's look at this next one where we're going to write it in standard form. I think you'll see what I mean. So write the equation of the line in standard form with slope m equals 1/3, and it goes through 1/3. So we'd have y minus 1/3, because this is our y1, this is our x1, equals -1/3 times x minus 1. So y minus 1/3 equals -1/3 x. -1/3 times -1 is plus 1/3. So if I add 1/3 to both sides, this gets the y by itself, but we really don't want it by itself. So we have y equals -1/3 x plus 2/3. And then we add 1/3, and we x, and we add 1/3 x. And we have 1/3 x plus y equals 2/3. So this actually technically would work, except they did stipulate that they're integers. So following that, so that gives us a little more of a written rule, that we multiply everything by 3. That will get rid of the fractions. So x plus 3y equals just 2. So that would be it. Though technically, -x minus 3y equals -2 also works. And technically, if I multiply everything by 2, 2x plus 6y equals 4 works. So there's not just one answer there. The last topic for this video is vertical lines. So vertical line, it's like x equals c is a vertical line. It's parallel to the y-axis and goes to the point C0. And y equals the horizontal line, y equals c, is parallel to the x-axis and passes through the point 0c. So here's an example. X equals -3. It's this vertical line here that goes through -3, and y equals -2 is a horizontal line that goes through -2. So, and example 5. Find the equation of the line that passes through -5, 2, and 2, 2. So let's get our slope here. We have 2 minus 2 over -5 minus 2. So that's going to be 0 over -7, or 0. So one thing to look at when you see this, what's not changing, it's that y value. So this is a horizontal line. The x changes but not the y. It's a horizontal line. So that's going to be y equals 2. Now if you want to put this in point slope formula, y minus 2 equals 0 times x minus 2. So y minus 2 equals 0, or y equals 2. So that's a horizontal line. If the x had not changed but the y changed, it'd be a vertical line. Now the point to this that I'm trying to get at is, when on a horizontal line, the slope is 0. On a vertical line, the slope is undefined. And then find the equation of the line passing through 1, 5 and 1, -2. So our slope here is going to be 5 minus -2 over 1 minus 1, or 7 over 0, which is undefined. So as I just said, an undefined line, which is going to be a vertical line. So I guess, and there's really no way to write this out because we can't really write the slope as being undefined. So this would just be x equals 1. Okay, that's it for this video then. The next one we'll be talking about parallel and perpendicular lines.